Miskeen is a combination of two words, masaka and sakana in Arabic. It's formulated by both of those words together. What that means is people that are stuck in a situation. Miskeen does not mean poor people. There's other words for that in the Arabic language. There's fuqara, for example, in the Arabic language. But the miskeen it's a deeper concept. The idea of a miskeen is someone who is not able to help themselves in their financial situation or their political situation or their whatever problem. For example, if somebody is a driver, is a cab driver, and he makes his money, provides for his family by driving a cab, but his eyes become weak, or he has to go for surgery and he's legally considered blind. Now he can't drive a cab anymore. And that's the only job he had. Now he's stuck. He's got nothing else he can do, because that was the only way he could have made money. He's not a beggar, he's not a poor person, but he's stuck in that situation. You have people, for example, that have reached an age where they've retired, but their retirement savings are not enough for them. They're not even able to get the groceries. They're stuck. They're not of the age where they can go get another job. They have a health condition. They have something else going on in their life. They're not able to do it, you know. So you have people that are in these kinds of situations. You have mothers that are, single mothers that have children, and they have to take care of their kids, and they can't afford daycare. But because they have to take care of their kids, they can't go get a job. And if they go get a job, the children are left unattended. They're too young. And there's no family and no other support that can help them. These are the people that are called miskeen. They're stuck. They can't help themselves. They're literally just from every angle, they're just caught. And they don't know what to do. Allah says, take care of those people. And by the way, it's an extension. So the first people we look for is within our own family, and then we identify who are people in that situation in our community. But the problem is, how are you going to know? And how am I going to know that in the city of Irving, that actually in this zip code, in this neighborhood, there is some family who has that problem? How are we supposed to know? If we don't get to know one another, and we don't make the effort to know each other's families, and we don't just say Salamu Alaikum to each other in a grumpy way after Jumu'ah is done and walk away, but actually make friends with each other. Our families get to know one another. Then we actually really become a community, and when someone has a problem, they don't have to, go begging. They don't have to stand outside the masjid and pull their hand out. We would know about that already. We would know somebody lost a job. We would know somebody got diagnosed with a disease. We would know somebody has too many medical expenses. We would know those things and we'd help them privately. Right? This is the idea of a community. That's what we're supposed to do. We cannot live by this ayah if we don't have this idea of tahabbu that the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that you're not going to have iman until you love one another. And the idea of afshu salam in that same hadith, spread the salam. Why spread the salam? It's not salamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Okay, you go, you get your shoes, I get my shoes, and we're out of here. That's not the only salam. Salam means you introduce yourself to each other. You get to know one another. This is the idea. And then you get to know who the Masakeen are. Then the next idea, Wabnissabeel after Miskeen, they call him the son of the path. That's literally the term used in the Arabic language, the son of the path. But the idea of son is someone who's associated with something. In other words, the one who's constantly traveling, the one who can't afford to live in one place for too long. Like in ancient societies, the Bedouins used to travel all the time. They could not stay in one place for long. They had to keep moving along. You have people like that are not, one kind of person this includes is al-musafir, someone who's traveling, is going through the city and whatever. But the other category of Wabnissabeel is people who can't afford stable housing. They're living in a motel, then they're living in somebody's house, then they're living somewhere else, and they're living somewhere else, because they are in such dire situation, they're not able to stay in one place. They don't have a permanent home they can call their own. We have to identify those kinds of people, and if there's an opportunity, we help them. So for example, if you have a family member who lives in like California or North Carolina or somewhere and calls you and says, listen, we're having a little bit of a situation, can the children stay with you for a few weeks? It's inconvenient because you have your own family, you have your own things to take care of, and they're saying, can we come over for a few weeks? We're supposed to actually understand that that is their right. That house, when they were in need, the house that you live in is actually not your house only. A piece of it is for them according to Allah. This is their haqq. We have to give it. We can't say, oh, well, it's a busy time right now. I don't really know if I can do that. I can give you some phone numbers for local hotels. You can Google those and, inshallah. No. We have to have the attitude of giving.